Oh my gosh, I am talking to you and my mic is muted, so nobody could hear me. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are. Hello and welcome to my impromptu last minute decision to go live and have some fun with everybody. So hello and welcome. I see we do have a couple of people in the room, so welcome to all of you, and do say hi, do chat in the box and let me know that you are here. We already have Nontando. Welcome, my darling. Hello, hello. So nice to see you join us. And like I said, I can see that there are a couple of other faces around, but I don't see your face. You can see my face, but I can't see your face. Oh, Mandy's here. Hello, Mandy. So nice to see you, my darling. Welcome. I hope you've had an amazing weekend so far. Oh, Nontando, bless you, my darling. Thank you so much. Saying that my nails are pretty. They're a bit shorter than I'm used to, so I'm finding them a little bit, I wish they were longer. I'm so used to long nails. Short nails are so difficult. When you're used to long nails, short nails are so difficult. So yeah, welcome to Sunday night. Welcome to a little bit of fun, a little bit of happiness, I suppose. We are going to be doing some readings tonight. So if you have a question, do pop it into the chat box. I will be happy to draw a card for you. My members get a little bit of a better reading, if I can put it that way, than the ordinary public, if I can say. So if you are a subscriber, you are able to chat, you are able to type into the box. If you are not a subscriber, you are not able to type into the box, just to try and keep up the trolls and to keep up the baddies. So yeah, if you've got any questions, do put them in the chat and let's get going. And if you haven't already subscribed, do so, and then in a couple of minutes time you will be able to ask questions as well. Tonight I have got I'm always surrounded by many different decks. Always surrounded by other stuff. So tonight I do have this particular deck, which is the Field Tarot. It is a deck that I just love and adore. The colors are so bright and so beautiful. And this deck just, I don't know, I always reach for it. Whenever I'm looking to do an interesting reading for myself or for anybody, this seems to be my go-to. And it is a little bit of an unusual deck. It's not a typical standard deck, but it's one that I just adore. But I do have a gazillion others around me as well. Oh, Tracy S. Tracy S. Hello, my darling. So nice to see you. Good evening. I hope Sunday evening is treating you well, and nice to have you join us tonight. How are you, my darling? It's been far too long. Far too long, far too long, far too long. Nice to see you here. All right, so I see we've got some questions coming through, which excites me. So let's get started with them. And Nontando, you were first in tonight, so you get to have a question coming up. So Nontando's question is, you are curious on career and growth that is coming up for you. All right, so Nontando, let's see what message Spirit have for you tonight with regards. I'm using my words. I haven't even started and I can't speak. Normally that happens after an hour or so of continuous speaking, but let's have a look. So Nontando, your question is curious on career and growth coming up for you. So as I'm shuffling the cards, we're asking Spirit for a guidance, inspirational message for you around career and the growth that is coming up for you. So let us just cut the deck. Nontando, the message that Spirit have for you, let me bring it closer so that you can see. So this is the Princess of Swords. You can see the key word that we have here is curiosity. So Nontando, and if we look at the artwork, right, so she's on her knees. She's on the floor. She's on her knees. She's got her head sort of, pulled forward a little bit, which means that she's reflective. She's contemplative, okay? Yes, she is curious, but she's not standing up. She's not ready to run in. She's not ready to get going. The message of this card in answer to your question around career and growth coming up is that there is a lot coming up for you. There is a lot that you want to do. There is a lot that you have ambition and excitement and curiosity for. But there's this element of uncertainty. There's this element of insecurity, almost like as if you're not quite sure whether you can actually do this, whether you're capable of this, and whether if this is something that you really and truly want to do. So you are your own worst enemy. I hesitate to say that, but I'm going to say it, and I have said it. because you are holding yourself back. You're not allowing yourself to move forward in the way that you need to. So you've got to trust and believe in your own skills, in your own ability, in your knowledge, in the inspiration that you've already gained, and the understanding that you already have. You've got to trust in that and allow that to drive you forward, okay? So this is almost saying to you that you are ready to advance, to move forward. But if you don't take that step, if you don't initiate it, it's probably not going to happen for you. So you need to initiate on your own in order for it to progress in the way that you want and in the way that you need it to. All right. So Nontando, I hope that helps you, my darling. Much love and many blessings to you going forward with your career. Okay. So let me just see. I see there's a couple of people. Tracy Spriggs, I have added your question to the list. Are you serious? Tracy says, miss you. It's been nearly a year. Has it really been nearly a year? Wow. Time flies. Isn't it just absolutely crazy? Oh, Sifanele. Hello, my darling. Hello, hello, and welcome. Nice to see you on a Sunday evening. Please do pop a question in the chat if you have one, my darling. Lots of love and blessings to you. Linda, hello, and welcome to you as well, and happy Sunday. I hope you've had an awesome, amazing weekend so far. I hope it's been good. Mandy, I see your question, and I am adding it to the list, my darling. Sifanele, I have added yours as well. I'm scrolling down and reading. Oh, Nontando says, thank you so much. You're welcome, my darling. Absolute pleasure. I hope that helps. I hope that made sense to you. And Lorna, hello. I get so excited to see people I know. Hello, my darling. How are you? I hope you've had an awesome weekend. I hope you've got electricity. I mean, let's just go there for a second. You must have electricity if you're watching me. You're not going to waste your battery life on watching my live. Oshan, also thank you for the nails. Like I say, they are so pretty, but I'm suffering because they're short, and I'm not used to short nails. But I had to do that. So I hope you are well. Nice to have you join us tonight. If you have a question for Spirit, pop it into the chat. I'll add it to the list. And see what we get for you. So that's awesome. So for those of you who are new to my lives, basically when I see a question in the chat, I what we call star it. I add it to a list, and then I get the list in front of me, and then I go through the list and choose the people who need readings tonight. So I am using one of my favorite. I know I say that about all my decks. One of my favorite decks tonight. So yeah, if you've got a question, pop it into the chat and let's have some fun. Oh, look, another friend. Hello, friend. Hello, Cindy. Hello, my darling. How are you? How has your weekend been? I hope you had you always have awesome weekends. I always see all your photos of all these places that you go and the people that you hang out with. And so I'm sure you've had an amazing weekend, my friend, but nice to see you. Thanks for joining. And if you've got a question for Spirit, pop it in that chat. Pop it in that chat. All right, so who's next on my list? Tracy Spriggs, my darling. Oh, all the way from Matatiel. How was Matatiel on a Sunday? I'm going to have a conversation with you. Let's see. All right, so Tracy says, just something or whatever comes up, please. So she doesn't have a specific question, but she's sort of trusting that Spirit will have relevant information, question, advice, guidance. So let's see. As I shuffle the cards tonight, we're asking Spirit, what message do you have for Tracy tonight, please? What does Tracy need to know? What is something that is important, relevant, and significant for Tracy tonight, please? So for those people who are not members, I'm only going to do single card readings. And for obviously my members, they get a little bit more because they're just a little bit more special. So Tracy, you have got the King of Wands. Love King of Wands for you, my friend. The little keyword at the bottom is leadership. And I have to say, I mean, you are just styling, just flying. You are doing so well. I know that you might not think that. I know that you might be feeling as if you're not quite where you want to be, but this is confirmation for you that whatever you're doing in your life at the moment, whatever you're doing in your world at the moment, that you're actually doing pretty well, that you're actually achieving, accomplishing, and moving forward in quite a good way. But it is about being in control. I love the way that he sits and he's got his arms out and he's like also, confident and together. And this is what you need to be. Even if you're not feeling it, even if internally you're feeling a little bit nervous and apprehensive, it's about on the outside. Put on that brave face. Be brave, be bold, be confident in who you are and what you're offering the world. And just know that you are right now exactly where you need to be as far as your career goes, as far as your activity and your doing. So I do think, Tracy, for you, this is an amazing confirmation that the growth, the development, the place that you are in your life is just so perfect for you. So I hope that's a good message. I hope that answers all your questions and gives you the guidance that you need. Lots of love and blessings to you, darling. Lots of love and blessings to you. Can't believe it's been almost a year since you did your class. That is crazy how fast time goes. I am about to start. When I say I'm about to start working on the next one. About to start working on the next one. Oh, look who else. Wait. I'm scrolling. Okay, so Lorna. Okay, I've got your question added. Look who else is in the house. Tracy B. Hello, my darling. All the Tracys are collecting. All the Tracys are collecting. I hope you are well, my darling. Nice to see you. Hope you've had an amazing weekend. So Tracy says, glad you remember where I live in the sticks. I do remember some stuff. And of course, yes, as Tracy says, totally spot on. And yes, I don't feel the feels. You don't feel the feels. What is that? Don't feel the feels. You are so welcome, my darling. Tracy B, I have added your question to the list. I have added your question to the list. And hello and welcome from California, USA. Good morning. It's good evening here by me in South Africa, but welcome. Nice to have you join us tonight. If you've got a question, Jenny, do pop it into the chat and I will add it to the list. Drawing single cards for all my subscribers and multiple cards for my members. So if you want a single card, put a question in. If you want more than that, you have to join the subscriber list. The membership list. I never get these words right. I always get them so confused. But welcome. Nice to have you join us from California, US of A. So let's do Mandy. Mandy, my darling. All right, giving the cards a shuffle. So Mandy is a beautiful channel member who supports the work that I do and joins us with our live readings all the time. Mandy says, anything that Spirit need me to be aware of as I'm about to start the year. About to start the year. Oh, my birthday is next week, Saturday. Oh, how exciting, Mandy. You're an Aries like me. I'm also having a birthday this week. So happy birthday to you, Mandy. I hope you have an amazing. So yes, this is quite an important one because if you're having a birthday next week, we're asking the question as I shuffle the cards for you, Mandy, what message does Spirit have for you as you're about to embark on the next year, the next cycle around the sun for you? Let's see, what message does Spirit have for you, Mandy? Okay, so cards are shuffled and cut. Card number 1 for you. Oh, look at that. I mean, forgetting about what the card is. Isn't that just the artwork just so beautiful? I love this deck. This is absolutely one of my favorites. So, Mandy, this is a Major Arcana card number 21, and it is the card of the universe. Traditional tarot, it's the card of the world, okay? So we've got the universe. Now, before I draw the next card, this is the card that talks about coming full circle, which is, again, so relevant and appropriate if you're having a birthday. So this is you completing a cycle and, again, about to start the next one. So absolute confirmation that we are connected and Spirit are giving specific message for you. The next card that I draw for you is the 5 of Cups, which is the card of disappointment. Not really a fabulous card that we want to see, but I will explain shortly. And the last card that I draw for you is another Major Arcana card, and it's the card of Judgment. So that's why we have the disappointment, because of the Judgment. So Mandy, my darling, when I look at this, the message that Spirit has for you just as you're about to embark on your next cycle, you're finishing off a cycle and starting the next cycle around the sun, this is Spirit saying to you that you have set very high expectations for yourself. You've got the levels right up there as to what you want to do and how you want to do it and what you want to achieve. But there's a part of you that's feeling very disappointed, as if you haven't accomplished, reached, or attained the things that you wanted to, the things that you had set up for yourself, okay? So that's where this disappointment is coming from. Now, because you're at that pinnacle of change from the 1 year of birth to the next year of birth, it's important that we reevaluate the expectations that you put on yourself so that we can deal with the disappointment, okay? The 5 of Cups, it's often the card that says when one thing goes wrong, we tend to focus on that one thing and we tend to lose sight of all the other things that are going on. So the 5 of Cups is basically saying to you, don't allow one little disappointment to completely throw you, because that's just not how it's meant to be. Life is full of ups and downs. It's full of gains and losses. It's full of, because that's what brings balance. That's what brings us into a space of togetherness, a space of peace, and a space of tranquility. The judgment card here is saying to you, Mandy, that you are very hard on yourself, and you being very, I don't want to say critical, because critical sounds like such a harsh word, but it is what I'm hearing. You're so critical of yourself and your accomplishments and your achievements. So you're setting these high expectations for yourself, and then when you don't reach it, there is disappointment. But actually what we need to be doing is we need to be bringing our expectations back into balance or back in line, so that you don't have the disappointment, so that you're not so super critical and harsh with yourself, which means that you can accomplish and achieve everything that you need to. So the message from Spirit, Mandy, for you for your birthday and for the next year of your life is to be kinder to yourself, to reevaluate your expectations and maybe make them a little bit more realistic, so that you don't be so hard and so critical on yourself going forward. All right. Happy birthday. Much love and many blessings to you, my friend. And we shall see you on the next live soon. Right. Let's put the cards back into the deck in random places, as I like to do, just to make sure that they separate and that they don't have to come out together again. Let's just change that, catch up with the chat. Who else has come? Okay. Lee, hello. So nice to see you. I hope you've had an amazing weekend, my darling. I hope you have had an amazing weekend. Yes, Lorna, of course I'm turning 21. Of course I'm turning 21 again and again and again and again. Thank you, my darling. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Lee, I have added your questions. Right, who's next? We have Sifanella, my darling, precious Sifanella. Right, so Sifanella says, I would appreciate whatever Spirit brings up for you. So let's shuffle the cards and let's ask for a message for Sifanella. What does Sifanella need to hear tonight? What is something that is important and significant for Sifanella? Message of inspiration, of guidance, of upliftment, and of hope for Sifanella tonight. Let's see what we get. Okay, cards are shuffled. Go back together nicely so that I can cut. Card number 1 for you, Sifanella, we have got the devil. The devil. I love this devil card because it is such a pretty one. We also have the Queen of Swords. Of course, I love that for you. And we have the Two of Cups, which is about union. So, Sifanella, and again, you're getting multiple cards because you are a channel member, and channel members get extra, because channel members are just fabulous. So the devil, let's talk about the devil, Sifanella. The devil is about the things that we obsess about, the things that we focus on, the things that are within our channel of vision that we can't take our eyes off, okay? So it's not the kind of thing that you think about in passing. It's the thing that you are so focused on and so desperate for and so wanting in your life, okay? It's like I said, it's the thing that that's only in your direct vision and nothing else is there. So this is you at the moment. You are hyper focused. You are hyper focused on one thing. There is one thing only that is occupying your mind, occupying your space, occupying your energies, etc. All right, so that's the devil card coming through for you. Then with the Queen of Swords, and I want you to see her little keyword at the bottom there. Can you see her little keyword? Independence. First of all, isn't she gorgeous? I am just so in love with her hair. I mean, come on. Her dress, her tattoo, I mean, everything about it. She is just gorgeous, okay? And just, that's me not getting all squirrel-brained and getting sidetracked by the pretty. But Sifanella, what she's saying to you, Queen of Swords, is that independence is who you are. So you need to make sure that you're not being too narrow-minded and too focused on one thing as opposed to others, because you have to believe in yourself. You have to rely on yourself, and you have to realize that you are the master of your own destiny. Even if you have to work with others, even if you have to share yourself with others. So this is the Two of Cups. Its key phrase, and just to show you here, its key phrase is union. Now, important to note here, first of all, her gorgeous hair again, but the fact that they are unclothed, okay, is actually quite important, because it means that they're coming together as equals with nothing to hide, nothing to separate them from each other. So it is like, you see me, I see you, we come together as two equals for the same goal, for the common goal. But it's understanding the independence. So it's very interesting how we have this clash between the two cards. The card of independence being the Queen of Swords, who needs nobody's help. Let me tell you, she does not need anybody's help unless she wants it. So it's about the truth versus the desire, the action versus the will. So when I look at these two for you with the devil, it is about saying to yourself, and I must be honest and say this message is very similar to the one that I just had for Mandy. And the message is that you mustn't be so hard on yourself. You must understand that in some aspects of your life, you need to be strong, fierceful, and independent. But in other aspects, it's okay to let somebody in to help you. But you've got to make sure that you're not only focusing on the one, because sometimes it's this energy and sometimes it's this energy. And you've got to know when it is appropriate to be whichever way. So it's not always this or always this. It's sometimes this and sometimes that. But you at the moment, maybe you are too Queen of Swords and you're being too independent and you don't want to let anybody help you. And sometimes we have to actually do that. Sometimes it's important for us to sort of, just put our independence aside and say, you know what, this one I want to do with somebody. This one I want to, this project, this experience, this situation, this whatever it is, instead of only insisting that you are capable, because you are capable, of course you are, but sometimes it's just nice to share the load, to share it with another. All right, I hope that reading makes sense to you, my darling. I hope it answers the questions that you have. Sending you much love and many blessings. Much love and many blessings. Just catching up. Okay, let's put the cards back in random places as always, and let's see who is next. Oh, Mandy says, thank you, Renee. Thanks for the guidance. Indeed, this is so true. I do get disappointed even on the little things. So we'll adjust. And that's what life is. Life is just constant adjustment, isn't it? Nothing ever stays constant. Nothing ever stays the same. There is always this desire, this need for constant adjustment. So I'm glad that you got that. And I love that word. I love that word, adjust. So yes, adjust, my friend, adjust. Alrighty, Lorna, your turn. So Lorna says, yes, they have electricity. Shame, I know you guys have terrible bad luck. Never mind just the standard electricity challenges that we have in this country, but you have it particularly bad. I saw the other day again, you were on, I don't know, hour 40 something of no electricity. It's just crazy. I can't even comprehend. So, oh, but you have had a fiber problem all weekend. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so question that Lorna has, please, Spirit, is on business. The furniture business, is there growth this year? All right, so Spirit, Lorna is asking, is there growth in her furniture business this year, please? Is there growth in 2023 for Lorna and family? Is there growth for Lorna and family in the business, furniture business in 2023? Right, I'm happy with that shuffle. Let's cut the cards over there. And card number one for you. Oh, look at that. I love that. I'm just going to show you that keyword. I'm just going to show you that keyword. Can you see that? Fulfillment. So Lorna, what we have over here is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is the wishes come true card. Nine of Cups is the abundance. It's the extra. It is the, like all of those kind of words that talk about. Another word that I want to use with it is opulence. No, that's the Nine of Pentacles. That's opulence. Sorry, I'm getting them confused. But the Nine of Cups is about having all your wishes come true, having everything fulfilled and desired and fabulous. So I do think, in answer to your question, very simply, is there growth this year? This is an absolute resounding yes. Okay. Is there growth this year? Absolutely. Your cup runneth over in 9 different ways. But you've got to put the effort in. You've got to be there. You've got to, put the work in and do the things that you are already doing. Stay consistent, stay driving, stay pushing, stay working it, and you are absolutely going to have success. Fulfillment means that you are going to have everything that you need. So if your goal, and just to use a number as an example, if your goal is 10, you are going to fulfill that. You are going to reach 10. If your goal is 1,000, you will reach 1000. If your goal is whatever, fulfillment, you will reach it and you will absolutely have that. That is so exciting. I know how difficult it's been. I know the challenges that you've experienced. So in answer to the question of, is your furniture business going to grow this year? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. That is very, very exciting, my darling. I love that for you. That gets my happy blood boiling. All right. Oh, look who else has joined us. Sugantha. Hello, my darling. Welcome and good evening. I hope you've had an amazing Sunday and I hope you've had an amazing weekend. I hope you've rested a little bit, my dear. I hope you have rested a little bit. Do put a question in the chat if you have one for tonight. So Lorna says, busy with new ranges of furniture. Oh, there we go. You see, so that's now the all the variety and the options and all your wishes coming true. Oh, that is amazing. So good luck, and congratulations, because I think that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Right. So who is next? I think before I look to see who's next, let's drink some of my boring water. My ice cold. My water. Tracy B. Let's see what Spirit has for you, my darling. So Tracy B says, any guidance that Spirit has to give. Right, so shuffling the Field Tarot, in case anybody is wondering what the name of the deck is, I will say it occasionally. I do love this deck. I love the cardstock. I love the artwork. It is a little bit, for those of you who are tarot readers yourself, it is a little bit frothy. That's not a word, frothy. It is a Thoth-inspired tarot deck, so you have to have a little bit of understanding of Thoth in order to really get the full benefits of working with this deck. But this is one, like, you know, I have probably, I don't know, 30, 40 decks on the table here next to me. And if ever I'm needing to do some quick reading, this is the deck that I tend to reach for. And I've got a lot of my favorites here next to me. But anyway, so Tracy, let's see. Guidance that Spirit has for you. Message for Tracy B, please. What does Tracy B need to know? What is something that is important, relevant, significant, insightful, motivational, and helpful for Tracy tonight? Okay, happy with that shuffle. Let's cut. And Tracy, your card is the 7 of Cups. I have to giggle, my friend, because I know what this relates to. You know what this relates to. So there we go. If you don't know what it relates to, let's look at the keyword. Choices. Oh my gosh. You thought you had some choices and then you realize that there's a whole bunch more as well. All right, so Tracy, the message that Spirit has for you is that it is time. I'm just going to leave it like that. It is time. It is time for you to make your choice. We've got day, we've got night, we've got light, we've got dark, equally split in half. We have got the same number of cups above as we have down below. It is about making a choice that changes your life from one aspect to another. Complete, utter, radical change. You know, I could use the actual words that I know are relevant in your life. I'm not going to do that on a public platform, but it's time. It's time for you to make the decisions. And, you know, sometimes I know it can be quite overwhelming when you have so many things that factor into decisions and choices. But as I said in the training, as I said when I taught you tarot, as I always say when the 7 of Cups comes up, not making the decision, not moving towards that is the mistake. It is about making that decision. It is about being confident in yourself, in your activity, in who and what you are. Be confident and make the choice. Much love and many blessings to you, my friend. Much love and many blessings. Right, let's pop it back into the deck in a random spot. I have to chuckle. I have to chuckle. Oh, I have to chuckle. Look who else has joined us. Ange, hello, my friend across the planet. How are you? It's been a long time since I've heard your voice, and you've got such a beautiful voice. I love listening to you. I hope you are well, Ange. I hope you've had an amazing weekend, or are having a weekend, because I think it's Sunday morning-ish where you are, and it's Sunday evening here by me. So lovely to see you join us, and welcome. If you've got a question or if you just want a little bit of guidance from Spirit, do pop it in the chat, and I'd love to pull a card for you, my friend. Tracy saying, not funny, Spirit. Oh, I love that. It's not funny. It's very funny. I'm not laughing at you, my friend. I'm laughing with you. You are so very welcome. So very welcome. All right. So, Gunther, I have added your question to the list, my darling. I have added your question. Right. So, tonight not tonight, next, I can't use words. Next, we are going on to Lee. So, Lee, my darling, let's see what Spirit says. So, he says, my question is, what should I be doing that I'm not currently doing to ensure a successful outcome for myself? Oh, I like this question. You've obviously thought about this one. You've obviously put a little bit of thought into this one, Lee. So let's see. So what should you be doing that you are not currently doing to ensure a successful outcome for myself? Time is running out on my end, but I'm not as nervous as I should be. And why? All right. No, you mustn't be nervous. You've got me to hold your hand and guide your way, help you through the perils of life. All right, but Lee, let's see. What should you be doing that you are not currently doing to ensure a successful outcome for yourself? What should you be doing? All right, so card number one, because you are a member, you get a couple of extra cards. We have got the Hierophant. So immediately, before I even draw more cards, this is telling you nothing, okay? No, let me let me rephrase that. It's not telling you nothing. It's telling you that there is nothing that you should be doing that you're not doing. Let me get my phrasing correct. So we got the Hierophant. We have the Devil, which is why you're asking the question, because you are overthinking the situation. And the third card that I draw for you is the card of Five of Cups, which is making a second appearance. Okay, both of these cards have already come through once tonight. This is their second appearance, but the Five of Cups is the card of disappointment. So I think, and I mean, I know your situation. I know what you're dealing with. I know what you're going through. But I think this is telling you, the Hierophant is telling you to keep it simple. Okay, simple is better, less is more. Okay, that is the message of the Hierophant in context of your question. The Devil card is telling you to stop overthinking and overanalyzing and panicking and stressful and anxiety about the whole situation, because that could lead to disappointment. So less is more right now. If you try and do too much, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment. So in answer to your question, and I understand that you're not as nervous as you should be, because there is a part of you unconsciously, there's a part of your soul that actually knows that everything's going to be okay. There's a part of you that knows everything's going to work out exactly as it should, to your benefit. But there's this part of you, this I'm going to call it this human aspect of yourself that says, if you don't do, you're going to suffer, you're going to have less than, you're going to have tragedy. So that's why there's this like, or maybe I should do more, or maybe I should do something. But honestly, my darling, if I look at these cards, Spirit is saying to you right now, we're going to take things step by step. We're going to take it slow. We're going to keep putting one foot in front of the other. We're going to accept the circumstances that there are. We're not going to try too hard, okay? We're not going to try too hard. We're not going to put too much effort into this, because we don't want disappointment. And I know this is your fear, okay? I know that this is your biggest fear that you drive or carry at the moment, is you don't want disappointment. You don't want things to go wrong. And that's why this tendency to want to do more than. So just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe. Look at me. I can't word. I can't say stuff. And I see your next question is a very interesting one, Lee. Very interesting. Let me put these away, and then I will look at your next one, because just the first little bit about it sounds so interesting. I'm going to get onto it in a second. Let me just catch up with the chat. I'm so excited that you've caught alive too, my friend. So excited. So excited. Tracy B saying, love to everybody. Have a lovely Monday, public holiday and a week. P.S. Hello. I think you're saying hello to Tracy, other Tracy. But yeah, for those of you who are not from South Africa, we have got a national holiday on Tuesday, and a lot of people have taken the Monday off. So it's a nice long weekend for a lot of people. And yes, have a lovely week, everyone, of course, and to you too. So now, Jeannie, thank you. I have seen your question and added it to the list. Let's go back to Lee's question. So Lee says, and if I may ask about manifestation or miracles, manifestation and miracles, I'm changing it to, how can I manifest successful outcomes or pray for a miracle. I do not know how to manifest, but I have been unconsciously. Guidance, please. So I don't need tarot for this, but I am going to shuffle because it's a tactile thing and I love shuffling cards. So Lee, there isn't really, okay, so I'm gonna give you my interpretation, right? Because there isn't really a right or a wrong way of manifestation or of, attracting miracles into your life. What it is, though, it's about understanding the power of the thought, power of the mind, power of your intentions. So when we work in the world of spirit, we often talk about intentions. So if you have an intention, it is setting a desired outcome. And if you set the intention for something, that is generally what spirit gives us. So from the realm of spirit, spirit will always give us whatever we ask for, as long as it doesn't cover things like greed and it doesn't cover things like, ego and whatever else. But we must also understand that spirit give us exactly what we're asking for. So when it comes to manifestation, I have a lot of people who'll say, oh, but I try so hard to change my life, or I try so hard to get a job, or I try so hard to whatever, and it doesn't work. And it's because they set the intention for the change in their life, but they immediately follow that intention with doubt. And it happens here. Okay, so if you have doubt, if you sit and you meditate or you pray or you do ritual or you do whatever to try and manifest financial abundance for yourself, and you light the candles and do all the stuff, all right, whatever the stuff might be, and I call it stuff in a bit of a sarcastic way because it differs for each person, for each culture, for each belief system, whether you follow whatever religion, each understanding has its own method of manifestation. So, but it all comes down to setting the intentions, believing in it, because that's now the next part of it, believing that it's going to happen. As a little girl, we used to do the things like wishing wells. And if you saw a body of water, you would take a coin, you would throw it in as an offering into the wishing well, and then you would make a wish. If you saw a shooting star, you would make a wish. All these kind of things that we did. And when you made that wish, you were setting the intention, you were following it up with belief that it was going to happen, and then you let it go. So if you threw a coin into a wishing well, once you had thrown the coin and made the wish, set the intention, you let it go, because then you've handed it over to spirit, and then you stop and you allow spirit to do it for you, to bring it to you. But back to my situation of doubt. So if you're trying to manifest abundance for yourself, and you do, like I say, all the rituals, all the prayers, all the meditations, all the intention setting, writing it down, doing whatever it is your process is, and then so you flip your coin into the wishing well, and as the coin goes, you say, oh, I want an abundant life, I wish for an abundant life, but I know it's never going to happen for me. We do that unconsciously. It's human nature to push doubt on everything that we wish for ourselves, because we've all been raised that you mustn't be greedy, and you mustn't ask for too much, and you mustn't always be so selfish and self-centered and all the rest of it. But why not? We've been placed on an abundant earth to live an abundant life. So we need to change that mindset. So you've got to be very conscious and very aware of whatever it is that you're thinking, the doubt that follows the manifestation, the dream, the goal, the aspiration, the intention. So, sure. Me going off at a tangent here. I hope this is making sense to all of you that are listening and not just for Lee. So how do you? So as you say, you have been doing it unconsciously because you've put it out there and then you stepped away from it and you've allowed spirit to answer, to do, to give. So when we manifest, when we ask for, when we set intention for the biggest house, with the biggest car, with the fanciest job, with the fullest bank account, with the best of the best of the best, sometimes spirit won't give that to you because that's just you being greedy. Okay, that's just you being greedy and not actually what's in the best interests of your soul, in your life purpose. So just because you're asking for an abundant, crazy, ridiculous lifestyle doesn't mean you're going to get it, because Spirit will always do what's right for you, will always do what's in your best interest. But you've still got to ask for things to happen. Yes, sometimes things do happen just because it's part of your destiny, part of your life journey, part of your experience. But if you don't believe in what you're asking for, it's never going to happen. Okay, so that's really what it boils down to. Set an intention, ask for something, do some kind of offering, whether it be a prayer, whether it be a coin and a wishing well, whether it be lighting a candle, whether it be burning some incense or some herbs or whatever it may be, whatever feels right to you. Make sure that you believe in what you're asking for, that you know that it can happen for you, and then let it go. And the universe, Spirit, will provide. Simple as that. Lots of love to you, my darling. I hope my long-winded explanation makes sense. I hope my long-winded explanation, answers your questions and gives you what it is that you need. All right, so where am I next? Taking that one off, and Sugantha, my darling. So Sugantha, let's see what comes through for you. So Sugantha says, it's not been a restful weekend yet. I plan to rest tomorrow and Tuesday because, of course, you've obviously taken a long weekend. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. So and that's okay. Working then Saturday and Sunday, catching up with your chores, doing all the things that need to be done so that you can rest on Monday and Tuesday is just amazing. So Sugantha's asking, please, may I have any guidance around finances, please? All right, my darling, with pleasure. Let's shuffle the cards, asking Spirit to bring some guidance for Sugantha around her finances. What does Sugantha need to know around her finances, please, Spirit? Right here, right now. Message of upliftment, of motivation, of inspiration, of guidance, and of truth. Let's throw that in for Sugantha tonight, please, Spirit. Let's see. I'm going to do one more shuffle. From the Field Tarot, one of my absolute favorite decks. Let's cut the deck. Okay, so Sugantha, you are a member, so you get a couple more cards. So the first card you have, Princess of Swords, again making appearance number 2 tonight. Second card you have is the Empress, loving this for you so far. And the third card I'm drawing for you is, sorry, just look at that keyword. Like, can I just stop now? I mean, doesn't that just answer? Doesn't that just answer your question? I mean, come on. All right, so let's just have a look. Let's break it down. We do have, the first card we do have is our Princess of Swords. Her little key phrase is curiosity. But again, like I explained earlier on when she came up the first time, let's look at her body language. Let's look at her demeanor. So she's on bended knee. When a person is on bended knee like that, it is almost a sign of not feeling overly confident, not feeling overly able or strong or, focused or determined. So she is a little bit reserved. All right, she is holding back a little bit. She's got her head down as well, which is also a sign of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know why I'm struggling with words tonight. But it's a sign of being a little bit more passive as opposed to active, okay? So she is a little bit more reserved. She is a little bit more passive, but she does know her capabilities. She does know what she's capable of doing, but she maybe hasn't found the courage to make that first step, to stand up and to be seen, to be noticed, and to be active. So she is a little bit more reserved. She is holding back a little bit on what it is that she needs to do. So with regards to your question around finances, so this is you at the moment, a little bit apprehensive. Maybe that's a really good word to use for you, Sugantha, in your situation. A little bit apprehensive. Then we have the beautiful Empress, and we have the feminine lion depicted here. Of course, our African lion. So what is she? She is all about taking care of her cubs. She is all about taking care of her pack. She is all about, providing for and taking care, protecting and nurturing her pack. And that's exactly you. You are in such a strong position at the moment to take your life to the next level, to nurture, to create, to make the life that you want. Very interesting that this comes straight after our discussion on manifestation. So this is saying to you that you are not feeling all that confident or all that comfortable around what it is that you need to do. There is a curiosity because you do believe that you can, you do believe that you want to, but there is this hesitation and this holding back. The Empress is basically saying to you that you are strong enough, capable, and you need to believe in yourself because you've got the power, you've got the ability deep within your soul. And then The other thing that's interesting here with this one is it's the ace of discs, okay? So ace is about beginnings. It's about new. Discs is about pentacles, money. It's about the offerings. Hence why the key word here is wealth. But it's not here now, okay? So in answer to your question, Sugantha, around your finances, that there is still, it's about to start. It is beginning. Okay, this is the beginning of, but you need to find the courage and the confidence to stand up, to be proud, to be confident, to be assertive in initiating and doing without being overly protective, but knowing that you're strong enough and capable enough of handling and dealing with whatever you need to. And this is the beginning of a wealthy situation for you. So finances are definitely looking positive. They're definitely looking up, looking better, but you've got to get up first. I hope that makes sense to you, my darling. Much love and many blessings. And I hope you enjoy your 2 days off. I hope you enjoy your rest, your Monday and Tuesday weekend. Right, let's put the cards back in random places as always. And let's see who's next. So Lee says, thank you so much for even doubting how I'm praying, okay? Or even if I know how, questioning everything. So that puts stuff into perspective. Thank you so much. Sending lots of love. You know what, my darling, I think again, it's common for us to doubt, especially when you're in a precarious situation. When you're in a situation that is scary, unknown, unfamiliar, of course you immediately go to doubting the self. I mean, that is, I think, is just completely normal. And especially when it comes to our religion, when it comes to our culture, when it comes to our belief systems, that is the first thing that we turn to in moments of challenge and moments of difficulty, but it's also the first thing we question and doubt in those same moments. So if you weren't doubting, if you weren't doubting yourself and doubting your religion, your culture, your understanding, then I'd say you're being too ego, okay? Because then you're allowing your ego to drive you and to direct you. But the fact is that you care, the fact is that you're worried, the fact is that you are putting things into perspective is what also means that you will have the success that you need. So sending you lots of love. And Sugantha says, wow, Renee, I understand completely. I think the get up to GP is going to be the start. Yes, absolutely. You know what, my darling, like I know that you're again, I don't want to use the word stuck, but you are not there yet. You're not in Gauteng yet. You're still in KZN, waiting for that right moment. And that's why you're on the knees on that card, because you haven't arrived at where you want to be and you're waiting. It's not the right time. You've got all the excitement and you've got all the drive and all the ambition and all of those kind of things, but the timing. And as soon as the timing is right, and as soon as you get there, that's when, yes, I agree, things will take off. So you do not need to worry about anything. Oh, look who's just stepped into the house. Kubesh, hello, my darling. So nice to see you. And I hope you're having an amazing, amazing Sunday. I hope your weekend has been good. And I hope you've got the next 2 days off as well. Or are you like some of us who are working? Nice to see you. If you've got a question, pop it in the chat. All right. So next we have is Jeannie. Hello, my darling. I hope I'm saying your name right, Jeannie. So Jeannie says, I do have a question regarding my life. Is my life going to go forward from here, as I feel like I'm just stuck right now? All right, love the question. So let's have a look. Giving the cards a shuffle. And as I'm shuffling the cards, asking Spirit to connect with us, asking Spirit to draw near and to give some clarity, some guidance, and some understanding around your life right now and moving forward. What do you need to do? How do you need to do it? What does it look like? What advice, guidance, and inspiration can Spirit offer you tonight to help you to move forward in your life, to move forward from here? How do we unstuck the stuck? Okay, so Jeannie, the card that I've drawn for you, oh, I look at that, King of Discs. King of Discs. So if we look at him, I'm just putting my finger over the key phrase. So if we look at this card, I mean, you can see how powerful he is. Look at how he's sitting on this oversized chair and he has the earth right there comfortable on his lap. He's not struggling. He is so comfortable. He is so cool, calm, and collected. The fact that he's facing us straight on It's not like he's sitting at an angle or hiding himself. Okay, he's facing us straight on. Shows you his confidence. Now, the other thing that I want to say, sorry, about the individual sitting there is that he's not active. He's sitting. He's there. He's in the space, but he's not actively doing anything. Okay, but he's got this aura that he gives off, this power that he gives off, and that's the key phrase. The key phrase here that we have is power. So, Jeannie, even if you're feeling as if things aren't moving, sometimes no movement is exactly what is needed to bring things into balance. And that's the message that I'm getting from this card for you tonight, is that, even though you feel like, and again, isn't it just human nature to feel like if we're not doing something, we're stagnant, and stagnant is bad. We've been programmed, we've been conditioned, and stagnancy equals negative, equals bad, equals problem, equals challenge. But sometimes just sitting in your power, sitting in your authority, trusting and believing that everything in your world is exactly as it needs to be. Sometimes that is all that is needed. We don't always have to be engaged, active, doing something. Okay. So with regards to your life at the moment, moving forward, I think this is Spirit saying to you that you don't necessarily have to do anything specific to kickstart. It's about trusting your environment, trusting the world around you, and giving everything a chance to do what it needs to do. The analogy that I'm hearing in my head at the moment is like planting a seed. Okay. Once you've put the seed in the ground, so if you've taken a seed and you've pushed it into the ground, the right appropriate amount of depth, you've added fertilizer, you've added water, there is nothing else you can do. You've got to sit and watch and wait for that seed to germinate, to take, and to start growing. And while it's growing, yes, you can watch over it, and yes, you can, protect it and look after it and do that. But actually, you don't have to do anything. It is just a case of observing, watching, and waiting, and trusting that everything is exactly as it needs to be. I hope that helps you, my darling. I hope that makes sense to you. And I hope it gives you the clarity, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need right now going forward. Sending you much love and many blessings. And thanks for joining us tonight. All the way from the US of A. All right, let's put the card randomly in the, I nearly said the box, but it's not the box. But it's not the box. Right, so let's see. So Kubesh saying hello to everybody. Oh, lovely. So she says that you're off for the next 2 days enjoying the public holiday. That is amazing. You are so lucky. You are so lucky. Okay, so Kubesh, I have added in your question. Cindy, my friend, I have added in your question. And Renisha, thank you for joining us. Nice to have you here tonight. I have added your question as well. Good. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you for being here. This is so much fun. Right, so Kubesh, my darling. So Kubesh says, just a general message for me and my family. How beautiful is that to include your family in that? Just so amazing. Right, so I'm shuffling the cards for Kubesh, and Kubesh, of course, is a channel member, so she gets extra cards. She gets a little bit more of my time and of my energy because she's special, just like all my other members, like all of you. So let's see, message for Kubesh, please, Spirit. Message for Kubesh and her family. What is something relevant, significant, valid, and appropriate that we can share with Kubesh and her family, please? A general message for Kubesh and her family tonight, please, Spirit. Right. I am happy with the shuffle. Let's cut the deck. So, Kubesh, card number 1 for you is the Prince of Wands. Looking at the horizon. Card number 2 is the Star. Looking at the horizon. Are we seeing a pattern? And the Empress making another viewing, another appearance is the word I'm looking for tonight. All right. So as we can see, we have 2 cards where they are got their backs to us, looking forward, facing the horizon. And I know for you that that's exactly what you and your family are doing. We have this whole, I'm going to call it this whole horizon, this whole world in front of you. And it's like decisions and choices and when, who, how, what, etc. So let's look at the cards individually. So here he is half vulnerable, okay? Slight vulnerability, total vulnerability with the clothing. But he is so confident and he is so strong in who he is, what he is, how he is, and why he is. So he is the Prince of Wands with a key phrase of instigation. What is instigate? It is to begin, to do, to act, to push, to instigate, to begin. So he is super confident. He has a plan. He knows what the plan is. He knows how the plan is going to unfold, but he's just waiting for that right opportunity or that right moment to kick things into motion, to trigger an event, a cycle, a situation. So, and I do think for you and your family, again, that makes perfect sense. We know we're looking at the horizon. We know what we want, how we want, where we want, all of those kind of things. But there are certain things that we are waiting for. But we are at that point of instigation, of kicking things into motion. Then we have our star card. So she is the feminine. I love her fiery hair. But note that she is, I wanted to say transparent, but that's not the right word, unclothed. She is looking at these mountains. So she's got the clear waters in front of her, but then she's looking at the mountains. But what she's actually looking at is the star that is shining in the sky. The star is the card of hope. It's the card of renewal. It's the card of reintroducing excitement, passion, enthusiasm. But it's also the card of hope and the card of knowing that everything's going to work out exactly as it needs to. So looking at these two, and I want to put them together. I'm going to get onto our Empress in a bit, but putting these two cards together, it is about initiating and trusting and believing and knowing that everything's going to work out as it needs to. Okay. And this is something that, even though you've asked a message for you and your family, to me, this is like, I'm going to call it the parentals. Okay. So the adults in the family that need to do this, we've got the masculine and the feminine, we've got the yin and the yang, we've got the two halves coming together. We've got all of that happening over there. And we do have the Empress. In this particular card now, she has made this is her second appearance for the night, but I'm seeing something different in the artwork. I'm seeing that she's standing on top of this rock, okay? She's standing on this ledge and she's looking over. We can't see what she's looking at. We can see that there is a body of water and there are the same mountains in the background, all right? There are the same mountains in the background. Notice that the sky is similar in all three of these, which means that they are talking the same language, message from spirit. But the Empress here is about overlooking her cubs, her world, her land, her people, her animals, her pack. She's not active, okay? There is this stand and wait, this kind of feeling with all three of them. And I've also just noticed we've got the fire, but here we don't have the fire because the fire is internal. It is within her, okay? So quite interesting. So the general message for you and your family is we need to instigate. We need to believe that everything's going to work out exactly. We need to initiate. We need to push. We need to start. We need to trust and believe that everything's going to work out, even if you're doing it from afar, even if you're doing it from afar, even if it is a held back kind of situation, but you are also in a position to jump, to run, to go at a moment's notice if that is what's required in order to protect the goals, the dreams, and the ambitions. I hope that helps. I hope that answers your questions. I hope that gives you clarity of mind, peace in your heart. Much love to you, my dear friend Kubesh. Much love to you. All right. Putting the cards back in random places again. And let's see who is next. So Jeannie says, thank you, Renee, for the insight. This definitely helps me and shows a lot of light on that. Good. You are so welcome. Oh, thank you. You are so welcome. I'm just happy that that gave you what you were looking for and what you needed. Lots of love to you. And Kubesh says, oh, I love this, so amazing, and gives me hope that all will be okay for us. And I'm doing it from afar and planning. You see. Lots of love to you, my darling. Lots of love to you. Right, next is Cindy, but next is a sip of water. Okay. So Cindy, my friend, says, can I have a message from Spirit, please? Thank you. All right, message for Cindy. Let's give the cards a shuffle as we ask Spirit to connect with us, to connect with me, to connect with Cindy, to bring through a message that is relevant, significant, helpful. Let me get the right words. Helpful, insightful. I was trying to combine hope. See, I'm doing it again. Helpful and insightful. Message for Cindy, please, Spirit. I love your profile picture, my friend. It's such a nice photo of you. I'm just looking at it then. It's like really such a nice photo of you. Okay, message for Cindy, please. What does Cindy need to know tonight, please, Spirit? Let's see. Message for Cindy. My friend, you have got the 9 of Swords. Now, the 9 of Swords, and just hiding the key phrase there. If we look at the artwork, right, so here we have a lady clearly lying in bed. She's got her head on a pillow. She's got her hands sort of, here under her chin, almost fetal position-ish, okay? She is trying to rest. She is trying to sleep. But above her head are all of these swords. So swords is the suit of the mind. It's the suit of the intellect. It's the suit of the thinking. So that's telling you right off the bat that you've got a lot going on in your mind. And I know you do. I know you've always got a lot going on in your mind. And you're always trying to be so supportive and so helpful to everybody else. But sometimes you feel as if you're very much alone. Sometimes you feel as if that you don't have the support that you need. You're always there for everybody else, but not everybody is always there for you. The 9 of Swords is the card of stress. It is the card of panic and fear and all of those kind of things. But it's also the card that tells you not necessary, okay? In this particular instance, this is Spirit saying, we see you. We see how you are struggling. We see how you are finding things all just a little bit too much, even if it is only here. Because I know on the outside, you've always got a smile on your face. You're always supportive. You're always helpful. You're always doing your best to help other people. You are one of the most selfless people I know on this planet. You never think of yourself. I mean, very rarely think of yourself. You're always thinking about how you can inspire, how you can help, how you can do for others. I mean, case in point, and I'm stretching, case in point, this beautiful little angel deck. I bought this deck off you, I don't know, many, many years ago. You've always, like, this deck is created by a local South African. I did use this deck on my channel, on my socials on Saturday, and I did link you and link the creator Janet. But this is such a beautiful, oh gosh, it wants to come out, apparently. This is just such a beautiful deck. I mean, it just has little keywords on it and little messages from the angels. And you always have supported this deck and promoted this deck, not for your own gain, but to help other people. Everything you do is to help other people. So, and the question I want to ask you from this is, who has ever helped you? Who has ever stood up, supported you, represented you, and done something nice for you? I mean, I don't think that happens very often. And this is you feeling very much like maybe there is something particular that you're struggling with at the moment, that you're worried about at the moment, and maybe you're just feeling unsupported. And I know you've got a supportive family. I know you've got a supportive husband. So, or maybe there's an issue. I don't know. But right now you're feeling very unsupported in something in your life. And this is Spirit saying, we see you. We see that you're struggling. We see that you're finding it here all just a little bit much, and know that we are with you. There is no need to fear. There is no need to struggle. There is no need to be stressed and worried, because we see you. We've got your back, and it's going to be okay. All right. Much love to you, my friend, and I look forward to seeing you on Friday. Hopefully you're still coming. Hopefully you're still coming. Okay, let's put that one back in. Lots of love to you, my friend. Lots of love to you. Okay, and I think, let me catch up with the chat. I think Renisha is next. I'm just looking at the chat. Okay, giving the cards a shuffle. Gosh, I've been on for an hour and 10 minutes already. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Time flies when you're having fun. My boys are watching the F1 at the moment, so that's why I thought, I'm not going to sit and worry them while they're watching F1, so that's why I thought I'd come and play. Come and have some fun. All right, so Renisha, my darling, let's see. Renisha says, good evening, Renee. Please, can I have guidance about job prospects and future? Of course you can, my darling. Let's see what message Spirit has for you. So for Renisha tonight, please, Spirit, can we have some guidance and clarity around job prospects and her future? What message can we offer Renisha tonight? A message that will be helpful, that will be inspiring, motivational, and offer some clarity and guidance for Renisha tonight, please, Spirit. Right, let's cut the deck over there. And Renisha, your card that we have is the Chariot. Beautiful. Oh, again, this artwork, it just speaks to me. So here we have the two horses. We can see there is a white one and there is a black one. They are walking on the path. They seem to be connected in a way. We've got the moon shedding some light. And they have no shadows, okay, but they are walking together. Even though we've got the black horse looking this way and we've got the white horse looking that way, they're on the same road, moving in the same direction. We all have, as humans, we have this tendency to want to veer off course, okay? So, like if you drive a car, Renisha, if you drive a car and your wheel alignment isn't perfectly balanced and you take your hand off the steering wheel, even though the road is straight and even though your steering wheel is aimed that way, there is a tendency for it to veer off course. And sometimes it can be by half a degree, and half a degree is nothing. But if you start at this point, and I'm just gonna do some examples for you here. If we start at this point and we move forward and we stay completely on track, we go straight. But if we start right here veering half a degree, I've veered half a degree, it hasn't really made any difference. But if I continue and I continue veering half a degree, can you see how we end up further and further and further and further and further apart? So the Chariot is the card of telling you we need to stay focused. We need to stay on our path. We need to stay on our road. We need to stay where we are. We mustn't allow ourselves to get deviated or to get sidetracked or to get pulled off from the track that we're on. So the message for you in answer to your question around career prospects, job prospects, and your future, this Chariot card is saying to you, Renisha, that whatever you're doing at the moment, stick with that, okay? Do not change action. Do not change what you're doing. Do not start moving in different directions. Stay where you are. Stay doing what you're doing. And if you do that, all will be well. But if you veer away from your current path, who knows where you're going to end up? Who knows what's going to happen? So if you are currently job searching, however you are looking for a job, stick with that. Okay, whatever you are currently doing, stick with it. If you're currently in a position, if you currently do have a position, that this would be Spirit saying to stay where you are. Okay, do not deviate from your path. And if you do that, everything is going to work out. This is a positive card. This is a very positive card. And it's telling you that things will work out as they need to, as long as you stay on the path that you're on at the moment. So it's not the path that's coming up next for you. It's the one that you're on right now. So whatever you're doing right now, Renisha, stick with that. That will work out for you. All right. Much love and many blessings to you, my darling. Much love and many blessings. Oh, I'm so excited. Cindy says she'll definitely be seeing us on Friday. Yay! I'm so excited. I cannot wait. All right. So everybody, it looks like I have reached the end of the questions. So I am going to wrap it up. But as I always do when I do my live readings, in wrapping up, I like to do a message for the collective. So for those of you who've been watching and maybe haven't posted a question, for those of you who are still here, I'm going to do a message for all of you. And I'm going to just, excuse me, stretching here behind me. I want to use this deck. This is an interesting, unusual, strange, fabulous, amazing deck. My page is still up, so I have stuck them in, so that I stuck them in a bit skew, but it is called the Return of Spirit. Okay, so I am going to use this deck to do a message for all of you that are still here. A message that will hopefully give some inspiration, some clarity, and some guidance. This is a geometric fractal deck, geometric, I can't say the words, but it's fractal art. So it is really spiritual. It is really deep. It connects on a soul level like nothing else. So as I'm giving this a shuffle, I am asking for the collective, for all of you that are still here, for all of you that are watching, a message to tie you over, whether you've had a message tonight or not, a message to tie you over until the next time that we chat, the next time that we engage, something to give you, something to ponder, something to think about, and something to understand. Look at the backs of these cards. You can start getting a feel for how beautiful this artwork is. And the card that we have drawn is the Violet Flame. Oh, I love Violet Flame energy. Love Violet Flame energy. And I understand a lot of you might not know Violet Flame energy. So I am going to read from the guidebook because the messages from this particular deck are just amazing. So let's hold this a bit. No, actually, I'm going to leave it there because if I hold it, it wobbles. All right, so let's read from the Violet Flame in the book. It says most of us experience a dark or difficult time at some point or another in our lives. And though it may feel like it will never end or never be better, the violet flame card is here to tell you that it will be. The only way to conquer the shadows in our life is to turn off all the lights and to face the darkness head on. I'm loving this. Head on. So this is the process of purification. The violet flame shines its light, providing you with the way and the means to see your way out of the inner darkness once the shadows have been conquered. The experience you are having right now, although painful and challenging, is providing you with the means and the opportunity to see what is and is not, to see what is and is not working in your life anymore. It can help you to see how you have been allowing yourself to be in the world and how you have been holding yourself back. It can help bring the clarity to recognize the people who help serve your highest good and those who do not. So in the center of the fractal image right here is the symbol of the bat. In animal medicine, the bat is the symbol of change. He holds the light of the violet flame for you as a means of guiding you through this process of change. When you do make your way back, you will find that neither you nor your life is exactly the same as before. Change is an inevitable part of the process. So it is nearly complete, sweet soul. Just know that once you have made your way through, you will be stronger, both within yourself and on your journey. You will have more clarity about your path and how you want to walk it. How beautiful is that message? And I think that is just so appropriate to absolutely every single one of you that is still here tonight. I think that is just absolutely beautiful. And I hope it meant something to you. I hope it resonates with you. And I hope that you can associate it and connect it with something in your life. Just look at that artwork. Isn't it just absolutely gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. So, friends, thank you for being with me tonight. Thank you for sharing your energy and sharing your love with me. I really do so appreciate it. I plan on doing a lot more of these. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And make sure that you click the bell when you're looking at my channel. Click the little bell there so that every time I do go live, you will get notified. It is Formula One season, and every time my children, every time my boys, and when I say boys, I'm talking about my husband and my son. So every time they're here and they're watching the F1, I will probably be online doing some readings to share with you and to just bring a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of hope, a little bit of magic into your lives. So thank you for being with me tonight. I appreciate and value every single one of you. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Good night. Blessings to you all, and take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And until we connect again, lots of love, everybody. Bye.